Honestly, you guys, what a time to be alive. Oh, I forgot my hair clip. I probably won't need it. Hey, mods. I had that naked feeling. Like, when you take a trip and you're like, I forgot something. I immediately felt that right when I hit go live. Hey, Charcoal Ninja. Kind of surprised how many people are here. It's Friday night. Friday nights are weird. Friday nights are weird for streaming. Hey, Tammy. Robin Miners is here. Hey, Kestrel. Lo- Lost one of my dogs suddenly today. Oh my God. Kestrel, that's horrible, babe. I'm really sorry, especially when it's suddenly. I don't feel like you have to share, but I'm curious what happened. That's horrible news, babe. It never gets easier. And I know what an animal lover Kestrel is. Kestrel is a huge animal caregiver. I'm very sorry, Kestrel. I'm very, very sorry. Hey, Dee, Pat Jonas, Donna Cooper. I bet you are, Kestrel. That's horrible. Hey, Charlene. It is the worst part of having a pet, no doubt. Cheap Chick, welcome. Hey, Eric. Jen Finberg, love you, babe. Hey, Squirrel Girl. Lady O made it. Erica. Good to see you, Erica. I love Erica. Hey, Kim Leaf. Bitsy's here. Diaz Kitty. Debbie Gonzalez made it. Starlina. Jamie Palmer. Hey, Ewa. Hey, Angie Moe. Marie Marion. Jamie Palmer. Did I already say Jamie Palmer? Hey, Heather. Hey, Rachel Sandy. Aloha Sue. Caitlin. Hey, Liz Tricks. Hey, Buffy. Joyce Traeger. Pat Jonas again. Hey, Jessamine. Lynn Swell. Sarah Blackshear, your comment was so funny earlier. Hey, Aspire to Inspire. I feel like I haven't seen you all week. I was actually going to say, I feel like I haven't seen you all week. I started to get a little freaked out, Alicia. Okay, I'm happy to see you. You don't have to tell me what you were doing, but I was like, I'm starting to worry. I feel like I haven't seen you the last like 3 streams. And I know you don't make it to every stream, but you're usually at like more than you don't usually miss 3 in a row. And maybe you didn't, but I felt like you did. And I started to kind of panic. Hey, Meredith Lynn, just as I am. Honey Lou. Dotsy Lynn, welcome in, babe. BB's here. Puka Vista. Good for you, Buffy. Hey, iRule. Cindy Cat Lover. Oh my God, I was right. She had a migraine for 3 days. That's awful. And I'm sorry, I would have texted you, although that probably wouldn't have helped because when you have a migraine, the last thing you want to do is look at your damn phone screen. I'm really sorry, babe. I did not know. Are you prone to migraines? I've had a migraine before where it felt like I feel like it did go on for like 3 days. It has happened to me. And that is such a weird, it's so debilitating. It's crazy. Well, I am sorry. And I love you, Alicia. I was concerned and I had good reason to be. Poor thing. Hey, Katie did it. What was I going to say? That sucks too, Jamie Palmer. I'm so out of it. I feel like an alien. Out of it how, Puka Vista? You don't mean out of the streams. You've been in the streams all week. You mean when you have a migraine? I'm confused. I really shouldn't be doing this, honestly. I can't. The lip color goes good with your necklace. Thanks, Donna Cooper. Hey, Kim is blue. Christy gave me this t-shirt. I don't know how many of you have heard of Magnolia Pearl. It's a ridiculously overpriced brand. And all of their t-shirts, it says Magnolia Pearl on the back, but all of their t-shirts are the same. They're one size, which I think is weird. And they have like holes in them. And they are cool. The artwork is cool. But if you remember, Christy gave me this. It's a heart. It's a heart with like a gas tank gauge. And it says F up at the top. It's full with the little. And I thought that, I don't wear these. I don't really do graphic tees a lot, which I don't know why I don't. I kind of like a graphic tee, like French tucked into a denim or even like a black, just fun jogger or something. Especially if you jazz it up with some accessories. But yeah, Christy gave me this and I liked it because I like the gray. Sometimes I really like to wear gray. I think it's an underrated color and I don't feel like we wear it enough. The thing is, it's hard to jazz up gray. Hey, Carol. Jojo, welcome in, babe. It's not easy to put gray in the driver's seat. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just such a kind of a drab, kind of a dreary, but I think if you put a little pop with it and you give it some life, Joanne Hawley, I love you. You give it a little life, you talk to it, you water it like a plant. I think it works out sometimes, especially on a Friday. So guys, I it's a great neutral, Ghostwriter. Yeah, gray and pink. I do love Lady O. Gray and pink are great together. Hey, Joanne Palmer. Both Joannes are here. Guys, I think that we need to assess the situation. I think we need to assess. I think we need to. What's happening here? How come no one told me? I think we need to assess the situation. Yeah, Puka Vista knows where it's at. I think we need to reevaluate our goals, realign ourselves. I think we need some alignment. I think we need yeah, Erica, why am I getting okay, I don't like that. I'm going to have to shut off notifications on that. I don't give a shit about Facebook notifications popping up, and I don't know why it's doing that. I think we need to check ourselves because we are going straight to wreck ourselves. Do you see where we're going with this? You understand, right? Of course you do. You guys get it. You get me. I get you. Thanks, Heather. Hey, Skeeter. I think that I'm feeling like we're doing Stacy Toms. I'm trying to find my words. Yeah, I do like, you're right, Donna Cooper. I like a graphic tee, and I can't tell you how many I have because I love Imogene and Willie graphic tees. I've got a ton of those. I have a couple of Magnolia Pearls. Hey, Lydia. Prayers for your mom, babe. She was so cute. She was so cute in that damn Zoom call. Are we in trouble, Charlene? God, I hope not, because if you're in trouble, I'm in trouble. We are a we here, guys. This is a family. Nobody's singled out. No one's in charge. We're all together here. Rock teas, yeah. Third Eye Open, I couldn't love you more. And I mean that. I love all my mods. I think we need to check ourselves. I think that I woke up today. I haven't been sleeping well at all. You can tell. I feel like my skin doesn't look very good. I can tell. I can feel it. I can just tell. My body is, the body keeps the score. How do I jazz up a camo hat? Hey, BWAT. Oh, well, definitely prayers for you, Lucas, and your mom, babe. We're just going to hold you in love and light. How do you jazz up a camo hat? The only thing I think of is getting olive green, black, or white shirts. Well, all of those would go great. But here's what you do. You do the shirt with the camo hat, and then you take some accessories. And if you don't have any, just go to a thrift store. Just go find like cheap costume jewelry. Oh, I'm very tired, Jojo. I'm very tired. Helena, I love you too, punky girl. I love the idea of a simple t-shirt like I'm doing. This is just a simple, graphic tee. So then what we do, Jamie, is we add some, Laura, welcome in. Well, thank you, Laura. I'm glad you made it. Laura Simone's usually in the replay crew, and thank you to the replay crew. Hey, Don Clark, Puka Vista, you could do that. Yeah, Jojo, I'm tired. So that's what I would do, Jamie. Yeah, I feel kind of blah. Maybe I will need my hair clip. We'll see. I woke up this morning. It's Friday, and I feel like it's been at least a week. Maybe we're, hey, Heather, hey, West Coast. I feel like we're coming up on either a week or maybe a little more than a week that we have entered into the web. We've fallen into the web of, well, thanks, Randy Pearson, into the web of mudslinging. Do you agree? Don't be shy. You can tell me. I know some of you are like, yes, and I love it. But hey, Sophia, that's true too, Sophia. But there's evil afoot. Ghostwriter's right. There's evil afoot. Yes. I would say more on this channel than ever. We really, really focused hard on being angry and mean. And I do not like who I am when I do that kind of content. It's okay for me. I let myself dip my foot in every once in a while. I'll dip my foot in, but I will not get pulled into this shit. And I already did. I did for the last week. And I've really noticed it. I woke up today and I was exhausted. And I don't feel that. Typically, I don't wake up yawning over and over. And I really was. I really was. And I have definitely taken part, big time, taken a part in it. Hey, MLG Gamer, it drains your energy. I have too much, yes, Joanne, in real life that I need to focus on, and too many real things. And none of this is real. And I said that the other day. This is by design. The game is rigged, guys. It's absolutely rigged. I promise it's rigged. This is all by design. All of this. Hey, Caroline in Canada, it's back and forth, ping pong. Reese did this, and now I lash out and say, you're this. And they're like, no, you did this. And Tommy did this back in 1904. And it's gotten to be too much. Why? Because it will never end. They want us engaged. They want, hey, MJ, hey, Heather Huckleberry, they want us tangled up in that web. And they won this week. They definitely won. I felt myself going down that road way too much. And it's kind of like when I start feeling sinking into like a depression, I notice it. I usually notice it within about a week and I go, whoa, 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 whoa. I got to pull myself out of this. Hey, Linda, I my whole life I've felt that way. If I start to feel like overly mopey or sad about something days in a row, I go, whoa, 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 pull yourself out. And yeah, divide and conquer. And I noticed it. I really noticed it today. I was like, oh man, like I've been yanked into this, and I'm. Hey, Susan Trigg. Liz says we have to remember one drop of black liquid will pollute the entire pool of water, turning it all gray and ugly. She's right. And it is exhausting. And thank you, Aloha Sue. I would agree with your comment here. Not everybody will, of course, and it's not rubbing in anyone's face, but I agree. The Holy Spirit has been leading you to this recognition. Proud of you. Yeah. What I was going to say is it always makes me feel further from God. My behavior, I'm not blaming this on anybody else, like them, they're all going to be evil. They're always going to be evil around the clock. But it takes me further. It makes me feel more godless. HBH, and I feel it now that we're at the end of this week. It's drained me, and I'm not sleeping well, and it's a darkness. You can actually feel the darkness. It's kind of a little bit well, I don't know what you want to call it, but kind of demonic in a way. It's dark. It's got a dark, thick, dirty feel to it. And I have fallen into the trap. And I also noticed something, that we've got a lot of new people. There's a lot of new people that mostly have come from the boat. Yes, Linda. And some of them are not from the boat. Some of them, we don't know where they came from, because they'll just say, hey, I'm new here. I just fell on your channel. Yeah, Ghostwriter. And I noticed this too. I rule, it's probably because you got a gifted membership and those only last like a month. Yeah, Sophia. I don't know if you guys have noticed this. Hey, Rhonda McNeil. But it took me until today to notice this. It took me until today to notice this. I think some of these new people are OSA accounts. And if they're not OSA accounts, they're evil accounts, right? They're people that are trying to stir shit up for sure. So either way, OSA or somebody bad. Have you guys noticed that there's people coming in here trying to kind of bait me? Like trying to kind of bait me against people that I don't normally have an issue with? Has anybody noticed that? I've noticed this week real innocent people coming in, like innocent little questions of like, hey, I'm new, sorry, but I guess I'm trying to understand like those kind of passive aggressive. There was some people in here yesterday kind of trying to get me to attack Jenna, if you notice. Susan Trigg, that is so nice. Love your channel. Thank you for being here, babe. And thank you for the first super chat of the month. Thank you, Susan Trigg. Yeah, Nancy, new people. They're probably not new people. They're probably haters under brand new accounts going, hi, I'm new here. Here's the scary thing about being a YouTuber, because I'm not really afraid of anything except this. It weirds me out. I'm not afraid of it. It creeps me out. It gives me the creeps. Hey, DNV, you know who I am. You're looking at me. Hey, Noelle, I have no fucking idea who you are. Coming in here under the word Care Bear 2027. Now, she has a picture up. And I'm not trying to pick on you, girl. You're adorable. But M. Christine, right? Tash Bits, I Rule. I don't know who the fuck you guys are. I'm sorry, but I don't. You're coming in under a name and like look at I Rule. I Rule has a generic picture and the name I Rule. Again, not picking on you, I Rule, just giving an example. Hey, Renee B. Hey, Stephanie with a PH. And even if it's a real name, right? It doesn't make a difference. It could be a made up name. I Rule, you're fine. Again, I'm just using you as an example. But it gives me the creeps that people can be a total hater. Like I've got some specific haters that I'm not going to name. Hey, Susie Kelly. I Rule, you're fine. That I'm not going to name, but we've all had falling outs, right? And we know their names. How do we know those people aren't coming in here going, oh, hey, just stumbled on your channel. And I click on them like a dumb shit because I don't know it's them. And I go, wow, welcome in. Everybody welcome this new person. Oh, I love you already. I hope you stay. That could be a total hater from the past. We don't know. You don't know. I don't know. Right? Renee B. Hey, Julie. So do you understand what I'm saying? It weirds me out a little bit. Hey, Sarasota Blend. Yeah, M. Christine, you're fine. It's okay. I hit names that I was seeing right in front of me. I was just using you guys to give an example. Thank you, Lushella, for being here. My point is, I've seen an uptick in people coming in here acting all innocent, like people who were like, did you hear Jenna did this? Like they did yesterday. Hey, Rain. I have never had a beef with Jenna Miscavige. I don't know Jenna Miscavige. I've met her once. I know you are, Carol. I've never met her. I've not never met her. I don't know her. I'm not friends with her. I don't know her phone number. I was in a board meeting with her one time. I've never met her in person. My point is, I don't pick on people who don't pick on me. Cute, I Rule. I don't pick on people who don't pick on me. Oh, that's a beautiful picture. Do you understand? Like, I'm never going to beef with Jenna Miscavige because, hey, Ruby, there's no reason. I'm a pretty fair person when it comes to that and logical, I would even say. It doesn't make sense to just attack someone for no reason, unless you're someone like Marilyn and she's attacking people for no reason. It brings up questions like I've talked about for days. It's very suspicious. Hey, Neptunes. I'm not going there today because I don't care. We've hit it and hit it and hit it. But I am changing her name to Tofu Honig, just so you guys know. I just think that's better because she has no flavor whatsoever. And she has to have like a group of people to marinate her to have any kind of flavor. Linda says, you are a blessing. Never forget that. So name change. It's now Tofu. I'm sorry. I don't think that's very mean. It's just, it doesn't deserve a name. There's no personality. That's a really nice thing to say, Linda. I mean that. I needed it. Thank you. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Debbie Gonzalez. Yeah, I try to really stay in my own lane, Sophia, but the main thing is one major thing I don't do is Rain. I don't attack people who don't come for me, or Huxley, right? I'm not going to attack people that everybody else, has a beef with, but I don't. I don't, didn't make any sense. Oh, we can still call her that too, Margie Barr, first class ass sniffer. You can tell her I said that. But have you guys noticed, the point is, yeah, it's a sponge. Tofu is a sponge. Have you guys noticed this last week, Bojangles? Bojangles. Oh, he's so friendly. And his pood hairs, he says, I've got real poofed out pood. Look at his pood hairs right now. This is my favorite when Bo looks like this, by the way. Hey, Reflections. Hey, Dawn. When Bo is poofed out like this, I love it. And I'm so sad because he has an appointment next week at the groomers. And it's always so cute right before he gets it shaved. But it's going to get hot out and you get too warm. So we have to. But you look so cute when you have teddy bear hair. Bojangles, a Bojangles. Oh, he's so friendly too. And he's a great guy. He's a charming gent. But the problem is he's so large. We're gonna get his legs reduced. He has an appointment next week to get his legs reduced. He's just too large. We didn't know he was gonna be this big. So we have to get him, we're gonna make him into a miniature. He's a great person though, and he listens to your stories. And he's a good guy and very friendly. And he went to school. He went to Yale and he went to Harvard. And you can kiss him and he won't bite your face off. He says, you can kiss me, you can grab my face, Mom. I don't mind because I like my mom because she's my only friend. My mom's my only friend because she feeds me my lunches. That's sad. So, hey, Vince. Hey, Karen. Oh, total gentleman and an absolute scholar, Rain. Thank you, Don Pariseau. He is. He's very smart and he is a sweet boy. He's just large and not very many people like his size. Like a lot of people get annoyed by his size. He's huge. I gotta say this. There's been an uptick since now, in all fairness, it's since I started doing more aggressive content in the last week. And I don't like that. I don't like that I am doing more aggressive content. But I've noticed an increase in volume of people coming over here going, he does aspire. He loves his lunchies. Bo, leave it. He's got a hot spot on his foot that I've been treating. Leave it. Good boy. This conversation makes me glad I've been watching from the start of the channel. I can understand the skepticism. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Christian. I'll take that as a compliment. And he's large. Yeah, Rhonda McNeil, I know you get it, girl. And so I've noticed in this there's been an uptick. Yeah, Tammy, I know. There's been an uptick in my content being more aggressive for sure, which I don't like. I don't like when I bring that out in myself and I don't like it. I don't like the behavior. But I've also noticed people have been coming in here innocently asking questions going, hey, I'm new here. Did you hear that Jenna said this? I think that, yes, he is, Debbie. I think that this is, again, it's not an accident, guys. This is all by design. I think that I think that a lot of them are going in for the kill. Okay, Pat G. I think that a lot of people, yeah, right there. New people, old questions. Yes, Nancy. Have you got, maybe you didn't notice it. I noticed it quite a bit. People lately have been coming in. They brought up the Jenna thing, right? Of course, people are baiting me with Aaron. And then people are now coming in here going, absolutely, they're plants. Yeah, Dawn, they're plants. And so people have been also coming in here lately and saying things like, hey, what's that video that you did on Tommy like a year ago? I'm new here. Like, what is that? What was that video that you recorded? Like, I'm just curious. I ignore most of those questions just because you're not curious. We all see that. I mean, it's very passive aggressive. It's probably that taint juice guy under a different account or something like that. But it's pretty clear and obvious that what Third Eye Open just said, new people, old questions, right? Can I send Lucas to you to take for the same to take, oh, yeah, he's getting too tall, nearly 5 foot at 8. Yeah, that is tall. He doesn't seem that tall to me. It's just wrong. We'll send him with snacks. Yeah, you could do that. And I can actually, we probably get a deal, to be honest, if we get the surgeon to do like a 2 for 1 thing. They're gonna do like in Honey I Shrunk the Kids. They're gonna use a little laser zapper, and they're just gonna go zzz, and then Bo's just gonna turn into a mini. He's just gonna be a little mini poodle. So yeah, we could probably do that with your son. I'm sure it's perfectly legal. Thank you for paying. Thank you for the $5, Lydia, and I love you. Definitely not OSA, but would definitely acquire Bobo or Gertie if given the opportunity. I'm not ashamed to say it. Also, I'm knitting a blanket for the basement mods. You're so cute. I love Shelly Kelly. I just have to say it. She's so cute. I don't know if you guys know this. The Zoom call people would know this. I've said it 100 times. She has a Disney voice. So when she spoke up in the Zoom call last week, thank you, Shelly Kelly, and thank you for being a member. She was like, I just want to say, what I think that we should probably do, we should probably start thinking about. She has this adorable little Aurora from Sleeping Beauty voice, and it is so cute. Yes, Debbie Gonzalez, that's so true. Can we please freeze Masubi's current size? Is Masubi a girl? I think she's a girl. She's so cute. Masubi is so cute. She was found in a wood pile near their house. She's a little cat and she's so cute, but she's kind of crazy, like my cats. They are masturbators. Yes, they are, DS Kitty. And thank you for your super chat. Yes. Always when I put you on the TV, taint juice. Sorry about that, John. Sorry, Rhonda and John. Yeah, Masubi is a girl. God, she's cute. She's so cute. Thank you guys for the super chats. Yeah, I think there's been an uptick in that. And yeah, Kim is blue. And I'll tell you guys what, if you start to see that, if you notice it in here, say something. Next time one of you notices it, bring it up to me because I honestly hadn't noticed it. I noticed Lataint. Oh, Rain. I didn't know that. I have not Puka Vista, but I've definitely noticed it. But Armine, to be fair, we've all noticed there's been an uptick in my hateful, mean. You want to know what really made it come out? You want to know what really happened? I really noticed it today. I think it's made me meaner and more angry. Like, think about it. If I'm doing that kind of content, my content reflects my mood. I mean, I'm a content creator, but I'm different than some content creators because, like, someone like Tommy, he's doing 6 to 8 hours worth of research on stuff. He's making notes, and then he does a show based on that. He's actually working, right? Hey, Anne. Yes, Anne, for sure. Hey, Punisher. So Tommy's actually a real content creator. I wouldn't say that I am. I hit go live and I'm like, hey, what are we doing? What are we talking about? So I don't like waste a lot of time researching anything because I just don't. Thank you, Heather. You know, sometimes I'll come on and be like, I want to talk about this, right? Specifically, but typically I don't have a topic. Helena, you're hilarious. Helena. So in a lot of ways, you can tell how I'm doing in life based on my content. And you can tell that I definitely fell into this thick ass web. Even Lindsay squashed someone coming in talking about Tommy. She has your back. She adores you and loves your content and humor. That's very kind. I like Lindsay too. I don't know her super well. Well, that's not true. I mean, I've messaged with her back and forth for a while now on Facebook Messenger. But I will tell you this. I've always thought Lindsay had a really good heart. I have never once, hey, Linda Garden Lady, and this is just my opinion, guys. You don't have to agree with me on this. I'm not trying to push Lindsay or Tommy or Nora or anybody on you guys. But the thing I noticed about Lindsay, she is not malicious. That girl is not malicious. She has been hurt. She is, she's working on her sobriety, right? Which is huge. And I've seen more than once Erin call her a crackhead. Like, I think she's just another person that it's like she's trying to she's trying to make it just like the rest of us girls, and it's like, she doesn't really take the bait either, and I admire that about her. I do not, Charlene, I don't like bugs. I admire that a lot about Lindsay. I think she's strong, and I think if she has a good group of people around her, I think she thrives on that. She needs support. That girl needs support. I often feel bad for her, but I also will say I'm impressed about how far she's come. And I'm proud of anybody that gets sober. I'm very, very proud of people who fight that urge, because once you're an addict, yeah, P. Taylor, she's a content creator. She is one of Erin's exes. Um, yeah, just fighting that addiction every day, right? I'm sure that's not easy. She probably, has struggles with that, just like Tommy has told me all addicts do. I'm impressed by her. Yeah, I like her, and I will not tear that girl down. But I'm listening. I know I miss a lot these days, but I'm listening. Lindsay, yeah, she's one of Erin's ex-girlfriends. Yeah, Heather Huckleberry. She's a nice girl. Again, I've never met her in person or anything, but she has struggled over the years, and I'm proud of her for how far she's come. I don't know much about her private personal life, but I know what they've put on, she's said on the internet, and what Erin has said, and they've all drug each other through the mud, and we're somehow still here, and I admire her. But I woke up extra tired today, and I noticed, oh, that's nice, Raymond. I know, did you see my text on my mom's operation? She is having a dangerous spine surgery on Monday. If you are a praying type, I would absolutely love to pray for your mom. Thank you for sharing that. I didn't see it, Iwa. So thank you for sharing that here, because honestly, sharing it here gets more people to pray. Thank you, Skeeter. When I read your message just now, I was like, oh boy, I'm about to be in trouble for this. And then I saw the end. You said, and honestly, I love that. My titles, I said this the other day, it's hard to title streams where you don't know what it's going to be about. Has anybody ever thought of that? I typically don't know what I'm going to talk about unless, hey, Styro, unless I absolutely know. But do you see what I'm saying? I don't, like Tommy, he does true crime. He knows exactly what he's going to title his streams. I don't know what it's hard for me to come up with titles, because I'm like, what are we even talking about? I don't know. Most of my stream titles are from songs, lyrics from songs. This was a song called Rococo from Arcade Fire. They seem wild, but they are so tame. The only thing is, I kind of meant it. I was talking about the haters. They think they're real wild badasses. They really do. And they're so tame. Compared to Scientology, they're absolutely nothing. Thank you, Skeeter. So anyway, yeah, I woke up really tired this morning, and I realized it's the end of the week, and I have worn myself out. Me too, Pukavista. I've exhausted myself talking about this shit. Again, it's okay to talk about it. It's okay to even do a stream and maybe talk about it in the stream for 10 or 15 minutes, but then get back out of it, right? And get back to life. And I haven't done that. I've just sunk straight down into the mud. I have not done that. And honestly, that's not the haters' fault. That's nobody's fault but mine. I'm usually better than that, and I haven't been all week. So I noticed it, but my God, you guys, I had to run errands today. And I did something today in public that I can't remember ever doing before. And I am embarrassed and absolutely ashamed. And to be honest, it was like hitting rock bottom, because it shook me right into shape. It was like, check yourself before you wreck yourself. I wrecked myself. And I was very like, I can't believe I just said that's very out of character. I don't behave that way. And I was pissed. And it kind of hit me leaving Trader Joe's. I had to go to Trader Joe's. I was close to Trader Joe's. So I stopped in. Hey, Mama Bear. And I parked kind of crappy because there was no parking there today. It was packed. I hate going anywhere on weekends, also Fridays. I hate it. Places are packed everywhere you go. I like to run errands on like Monday afternoons. So I parked crappy, but I was like, that's okay. I'm just running in to pee and get a salad. Like I was trying to be quick. And when I left to come out, there was a guy pulling in next to me where the crappy park car. So I had to, like, here's the lines. I purposely had to park closer on the line because somebody parked next to me really shitty. I just should have tried to find it. I should have waited for a different spot somewhere. Hey, Critters Creations. And I didn't though, because I really, really only went because I had to pee so bad. So I go in, get my stuff, and I'm coming out, and there's a guy in a small car, like a Toyota Camry or something, or like a smaller car, and he's pulling in so close to my car. I've got a bag of groceries, and I got my purse in one hand, and I went like this. Like I couldn't have even turned sideways to get into my car. This dude gave me like this much room to get into my fucking car. And I went like this. I was like, I was trying to be like, what are you doing? But both of my hands were full. And he went like this, like almost kind of like, what do you want me to do, lady? And I was like, I want you to move your fucking car. So I went over to his driver's side, which again, this is out of character for me. I don't like walk up to people in their private space. Hey, Tennessee girl. And he rolled his window down. And I went, if you'll just let me get out, I'll leave. I said, the reason I parked like that is I said, the previous person parked like an asshole. And I was like, whoa, Reese, whoa. Like I heard the words come out of my mouth and I was like, this is a stranger. Now, as much as I am abrupt, rough here, I cuss here. This is my home. This is my channel. And most of you know who I am. I don't act like that really out in public, especially to total strangers. They don't deserve that kind of treatment. Like I don't mean you guys deserve it. I just mean I'm a little more polished, I would say. Like I'm very usually respectful of people and I usually wouldn't just cuss at someone. And I'm not going to walk up to a stranger and cuss at them or be rude. Even if you're not cussing at them, but you're using cuss words, it's just not my style. I think it's kind of trashy, to be honest. Like I would not walk up to a stranger and be like, this person parked like an asshole. Like it's just a little like classless to me. Like, is that how you talk? Now, when we're all in good company, yeah, that's how we talk. I feel relaxed here. I feel like I'm safe here. And this is how I talk. I'm myself. You wouldn't want me to be here and be like, hello, I'm Reese. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be fake like Marilyn Honig either, right? Like, I am myself here. And if you don't like that, you leave. That's the way it works. This is my job. But I don't like people who overly cuss in public. I don't like people who are unpolished. I don't fucking know you. I don't want you talking to me like that. I don't know you. We're at Trader Joe's. Use your inside voice and be a little more polished. Like that would be like, yes, social settings, I'm very different. And I worked in the corporate world for a long time. Let's put it this way. I wouldn't walk in somewhere and be like, do you have a bathroom? I have to take a piss. First of all, I don't say take a piss. I don't like it. But I would say something like, do you have a restroom I could use? Thank you so much. Like, please, thank yous, sir, ma'am. I'm all about that stuff when I'm out in public. People don't deserve for you to be your normal self. If your normal self is gross and trashy in public areas where there's kids, I'm sorry. I don't like it. I don't like people acting that way. It grosses me out. I'm like, can you have a little class while we're at the grocery store? Act that way at home. Use your manners. Yes, Jojo. So I was kind of blown away that I said that to the guy, but I hate Cat. So I get in my car and he moved his car and he didn't say anything to me. And I went, I'm sorry. But it was more just that I said the word asshole to a total stranger. Again, I don't do that. I don't like it. I don't like cussing in front of people I don't know. It's kind of just, I'm not going to be my total self around strangers. I'm going to be a more polished, polite person. So yeah, I don't like potty mouths if I don't know you. So, yeah, there's just a place to be yourself, and then your public self is a little different. That's how I feel. So I did that, and I got in my car, and I was like, that was weird. I mean, I was really thinking it. I was like, that was weird. Cat, you're hilarious. So I didn't really I didn't do anything about it, but I clocked it. I noticed it. I was like, that was weird. That was out of character for me to behave that way. Hey, Alicia Johnson. I mean, I am a huge believer in manners, guys. My child, his entire upbringing of every school year, every outing publicly, anywhere I've ever gone, people have come up to me and gone, "Your son is so polite." Yes, because I want to set that example. You do not act a certain way in public, and if you do, I don't want to be around you. To be honest, it's gross. It's trashy. I don't like it. So I was trashy. And I noticed it and I got in my car and I thought, man, that was really trashy of me. So then I was going to surprise Huxley because Huxley, I don't know if you guys all know, he got his driver's learning permit yesterday. He got his learner's permit, guys. I'm really proud of him. And I don't know if maybe all of you weren't here yesterday, but I took a picture of him at the DMV and he got his learner's permit. Hey, Lenora Gray. Thank you, Robin. And I'm really proud of him. Yeah, it's a big deal. I mean, so I didn't tell everybody this, but I did yesterday finally. He failed it last week. He failed the test. I took him to do it last week and he was so upset with himself. He was really upset and he was like just beside himself about it. And I was like, Hux, it's okay. Hey, wine. So for the last like 7 days after I stream, we've been sitting on the couch doing the practice tests every day online through Tennessee's website, government website. So every night we've been doing like 10 to 15 practice tests. I'm like, good, do it again, do it again, do it again. So the night before we went to take the test again, I think he did 10, he might've done 12. And he got 100% on every single test. And, they change up obviously it's a practice test. So they're, for the learner's permit, it's a written test. Yeah. He got 100% every time Wednesday night. So I was like, all right, you're ready, dude. Let's get up tomorrow morning and go do it again. So we did. And he passed. So that was yesterday. So today when I was out, I thought he loves Chipotle. And so do I. So I was like, I'm going to stop after Trader Joe's on my way home and I'm going to surprise him. I'm going to get him a burrito bowl. And I did. And I went into Chipotle and it was just a bad recipe. Hey, Sharon. Oh, Nancy, that's so nice. Way to go, Huxley. Thank you, Nancy. That's sweet. Thank you for that. Thank you for the super sticker, babe. Super chat. To be fair, it was a bad combination. So I don't know why. In Kansas City, the Chipotles are well-oiled machines, and it's like Black Friday. The line is usually out the door. Like everybody in Kansas City goes to Chipotle. Here, there's never anybody there. It's weird. They're always out of ingredients. Like it's dirty looking. It's people don't love it as much here. Thank you, Lenora Gray. Yadira, Liz. So I go in today. It's unusually hot in there. It was weird. And there was a couple people ahead of me. And so I wait in line and I've not experienced this yet because I go to that Chipotle probably 2 to 3 times a month. That's like if I get food, that's usually where I get it because Huxley and I don't really eat out in restaurants. So I'll just pick it up if I'm nearby. And I live out in the middle of nowhere. That kind of helps save money on food, to be honest, because if I want to like drive to get food, it's 35 minutes. Hell no, I'm not doing that. I will only do it if I have time and I'm in the city anyway. Yeah, Raymond, they definitely do. They don't have any good Mexican food here, but they do in Kansas City. So I go in there and I wait my turn and this is just crazy. Like my behavior is inexcusable. It's crazy. But at the same time, this was also crazy. This girl goes, what can I get for you? And I said, 2 bowls to go. And I give her, you know how they take like white rice, black beans, and then they pass it off and the meat, and then they pass it off to somebody else. So they passed it off. They passed it off. That is really nice of you. That is really kind. So Huxley has a truck that he wants. We found a truck from some guy. It's an older man. He's really sweet. He lives in Wartrace and he's got a truck for sale. And that's kind. I'm going to help Huxley to buy it. That's what he wants. He gets his driver's license in 6 months. You have to wait 6 months. And I'm trying to get my mom to help, and I'm going to help him buy the truck. And I've got a little bit of money set aside for it. So Joanne Palmer, I will definitely put that toward it. And that's really kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really mean that. I'm not asking anybody to help me with that. I'm just explaining that because you wrote Huxley's Truck Fund. Just dipping in to say you are loved and congrats, Hux. Thank you, Bo Beats. Love you back, babe, and thank you. So this is, you guys don't care about this, but I have to get it out. So I go, she passes the bulls off. And there's a guy, I've never had this happen to me, but I almost was like, dude, are you like a Reddit hater? Like sometimes when people are so abruptly rude in public, especially in like the service industry, when they're outright rude to you and you've never seen their face in your life, when you're me, you start to like, even though I'm a nobody knows who I am. It's not like I've ever been recognized except one time at the Goodwill, right? Nobody knows who I am. And I'm perfectly okay with that. I'm not trying to get recognized. I'm not trying to make my channel big enough that ever happens. I like my life the way it is. But sometimes when someone is so ugly or rude, I'm like, are you like a Reddit person? Like, what's going on? Why does my face trigger you this much? Like, Shannon, is that you? I don't know. So this dude slides our bulls down. And he's in such a hurry. It's a Ford truck. He's in such a hurry. Okay. And there's no line. There's no nothing going on. And I don't know if we've met. My name's Reese. I'm kind of a picky eater, right? Like I'm kind of funny about stuff. And every time I get to Chipotle, I do a veggie bowl. Most of the time I just do a veggie bowl because I don't eat meat. I like their pico, but I don't like a lot of it at all. I need it in a very small amount. So every time I go to Chipotle, they go, what do you need? And I go, just a little tiny bit of pico, please. And I talk slow and I've never had a problem. And then I go, and then corn, sour cream, cheese, and a side of hot sauce. That's what I get. It's not rocket science here, guys. So I go, he goes, what do you want? He like shouts it at me. And I'm already a little triggered by that. And I'm also just a little triggered in general because I've been doing hate content for 7 days straight. And that's how he did it. He goes, what do you want? And I was like, oh yeah, healed Reese feels differently than unhealed Reese. Like in the past, I would have been like, can I get some pico? Like I would have been like, remember my first stream ever on YouTube with Aaron? Remember how I was like, that's how I would have acted. Now things are a little different. And when people behave that way, I like to point out bad behavior. I really do. Now, I don't mean point out bad behavior by going, fuck you. Like, again, do it in a classy way, guys. Don't be gross about it. But you gotta deal with people and point out bad behavior, but you have to do it in an appropriate, polite way. So he goes, that's what he does. He like shouts it at me. And I went, okay. So like, I already knew this guy was in a hurry. And I went, all right, like, we're going to slow down, dude. And I went, I'll take just a little bit of pico. And I went like this, just a little bit of pico. And he picks up the scoop and goes, and it's like, he didn't even let it drain. You know how that's like full of juice and water. He didn't let it drain. He just smashed it onto my bowl. And I was pissed. That brought me to a 10 immediately. Because I don't like their pico that much. That's why I say just a little bit. And he literally filled the bowl with tomatoes. And I went, okay. I said, so I just said a little bit. And I said, look at what you just did. So that's not a little bit. I said, I'm not going to eat that. So look at what you just did. And he went, what else do you want? Didn't acknowledge me at all. These fucking burrito bowls are like $15 a piece. When I go to Chipotle, it's $30 for me and Huxley. I don't know about you, but I'm a single mom. That's expensive as shit. Like that's why I only do it about 3 times a month. If that, usually it's twice. Like I have to be very careful. I budget the shit out of my money. And to me, that's frivolous. Chipotle is a frivolous purchase. I don't need to go to Chipotle. I can go buy the ingredients at a store and make this shit at home. And that's why I cook so much, because they're really expensive. Like this is not, Even McDonald's, I would guess, is expensive, but I don't go there. Like, this isn't drive-through. This is not cheap. Yeah. So he goes, what else? And I said, you're not listening to me. And that's a problem. And like, there's a lady next to me and she's like looking at me like I'm a psycho. And I looked right back at her and I said, hello, this is not okay. I said, you're not listening to me. And that's a problem. And he goes, what else? And I was like, oh my God. So I didn't do anything. I just went, okay. I said, I guess I'll pick it off myself when I get home. Because he didn't do it. He didn't scrape it off. And I said, corn. And he goes, and he smacks it on. He goes, what else? I have never been treated like this before. I was like, Marilyn, is that you? Stop, girl. I was like, you're on a rampage. This is crazy. Nice disguise. So I got the rest of my ingredients and he puts the lid on mine and I have to have him make Huxley's. And he goes, what do you want on this? And I said, you're going to slow down, dude, or I'm going to lose my mind. Like at that point I was angry. And he goes, what do you want on this? He did not acknowledge me at all. He just was like a bot. And I said, okay, well, we're going to slow down. And he goes, what do you want? And I purposely stopped talking. And I went, cheese. He goes, what next? What next? And I went, nope, put the cheese on before you do it. And he goes, what's next? And I said, nope, put the cheese on. Like now I was fighting with the guy. So he puts the cheese on and I went, lettuce. He goes, what else? I said, that's it. And I said, this is not acceptable. Like I said, these are really expensive and this is not acceptable. This is going to be $30. Like I could have taken Huxley to a restaurant for that. I really could have. I know that because there's a really good Mexican place near the gym that he works out at. And every once in a while, we will not do Chipotle and I will take him there. And with the tip, it's like $26. But I mean, we get water. I don't get any drinks or anything. But I was pissed, man. I was really like, I could feel the heat rising in my face because he wasn't acknowledging me. He wasn't doing anything. He was like, he was pushing back just as much. I did, Kim. So I did something I've never done before in public. There were people sitting and eating. Now, it wasn't super busy in there. It was almost all employees, but there was like a guy sitting there and there was a lady in line. Oh, and there was a lady that came right when I was getting ready to pay. She came back in with her order and she goes, you guys forgot the salsa and the guac. And she looked at me and she goes, they're really rude here. And I said, I'm about to lose my mind. And she went, good luck to you. I'm sorry. So like, it was obvious. And the girl, he passed it off to the cashier and she checked me out. And I said, this isn't going to fly. I said, I'm really upset right now. I said, he didn't make my food right. So now I have to go home and pick tomatoes out of sour cream and cheese. And she went, do you want a receipt? I was like, am I fucking, should I use my invisible powers to fight crime? I was like, am I a fucking ghost right here right now? Cause I was like, am I being punked? Where's Ashton? I was like, okay, in 3, 2, 1. And I went and got napkins and I went to put the napkins in the paper bag they put it in and the bag split open. It wasn't glued right. And I was like, oh, holy shit. Like I was really angry at this point. And I went back to the girl and I said, can I get another bag? This bag isn't right. And she took a bag and she opened it and she went like to make it pop open, like with the wind. And it was super loud and she handed it to me. And I was like, and I got to the door and I can't believe I did this. I can't believe I'm about to admit it on YouTube. I've never done this and I've never behaved this way. And I went, this is fucking ridiculous. I said, this is a fucking joke. And everybody was like looking at me and I was like, oh my God, I just did that out loud. I was like, thank you. See, I was like, have a good weekend, everybody. Bye. I like skipped to my car. I like jogged. I was like, oh my God, they're going to come out and ban me from Chipotle. I was like, I can't be banned from Chipotle. Like that can't happen. Email corporate. I'm not going to do that. I'm not that kind of person. No, I'm not going to ask for a manager. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to go eat there again in a few weeks. But I was embarrassed. I couldn't believe I did that. Again, I don't cuss like that. I'm not, of course, I cuss in my real life where people are in good company with me and you know me and we're relaxed. Everybody has a different version of themselves when they're in front of a bunch of people they don't know, right? Or if you're out in public. Like I would like to believe that you have your classy voice, you have your inside voice, you're not, disrespectful, you're not being gross. Like I'd like to believe that about humankind. And I don't cuss when in front of people I don't know. I think it's trashy. I don't like it. But I can't believe I did that. I was like leaning on the door to open it. I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. I said, this is a fucking joke. And I was like, bye. Sorry. I don't know. Why didn't I ask for my money back? Again, I don't do that. It's not my style. Hey, Nicole Hazelmiller. I think the reason that yes, I will, Kat. Yes, I'm going to wear a wig when I go back. I think the reason that I did that at first watch when I asked for the manager is because I was seated. I was in a booth. I was being waited on. When you're just in like a line, like a cafeteria and ordering your food and leaving, it's like, just put it in the bag and I'll go home and eat it and fix what you did wrong. I don't really flip out to get free stuff. I get it that it would have been warranted to do it, but I think it was easier for me really to just blow off some steam. I didn't care that I had to pay for it. I also got chips and they didn't even charge me. So I was like, whatever. I looked at my receipt. It was like $28. And I was like, something doesn't seem right. Usually it's more because I usually get chips for me and Hux. It's like $31 usually every time I go there. Whatever. The chips were super stale anyway. I'm glad. Reese, you're paying for food and it should be done how you want it. That's what you're paying for. I agree, Alicia, but I think at that point, love you, Nancy. Have a fun time. Hey, Marissa Martin. I think at that point, Alicia, I was just done. Like I felt the temperature in my face rising. Do you guys know what I mean? That I just wanted to get out of there. It wasn't worth it to me at that point. First of all, everybody that worked there looked like they were 16 years old. So it wasn't really worth it to me to stand around, get a manager, go through the steps of what happened with all of the employees standing there staring at me. The guy probably would have argued and been like, I didn't do that. Like, it just wasn't worth it to me. I was like, I don't give a shit about $30 enough. But when I was seated that day at First Watch, now that's like a higher end breakfast and brunch place. I had no problem being like, this is wrong. Get a manager. This is like me sitting down, enjoying a meal by myself. I'm paying for the atmosphere. I'm going to tip this server. That was a little different for me. It's also like a bougie place, right? Wow, that cow was loud. Oh, wow, Charlene. Yeah, Neptunes for sure. This was just like, give me my food and I just want to get out of here. I wasn't going to sit down and eat it there anyway. That's not probably enough for a lot of you, but it was enough for me. And again, I could feel the reactions happening in my body and I felt like I was going to lose control. Like, you know how I always say Tofu can't control herself? She cannot. She's the most impulsive, out of control person I've ever seen. She absolutely cannot hold her face. She can't hold any emotions. I pride myself on the fact that I can. Like when somebody flips or acts a certain way, I like to go, okay. Let me think about that for a minute. Like I don't listen to react and respond. I listen, let it swirl around, and then I get to give how I feel about it. But nothing bothers me more than people who are like today, like that guy, I was like, you need to slow down. He was like, what else? I was like, you need to slow down. He was like, what else? He was just reactive. He was just literally a robot. That's what Marilyn is like to me. She doesn't hear anything that's being said. She's just spewing and reacting, right? This is when your Scientology should kick in. Dump the food, say, do it again, now start. I thought about it. I thought about saying to the guy, like, "You're gonna do this again." But for some reason, Alicia, I was already at a 10. Like, my that's what I'm trying to say. Everything was going the heat was rising for me, and I was like, "This isn't worth it." And obviously, I knew that was happening. That's the best thing that from therapy and this channel is I can usually predict and feel things happening before they're gonna happen when it comes to me. Like, therapy has taught me thank you, Cindy Cat Lover. Thank you for the super sticker. That's really nice of you. Therapy love you, Helena. Therapy has helped me to go, okay, I'm starting to identify that I'm getting upset. I like Tommy is really good at that. He's always been good at that. Tommy is better at it than he's ever been. But like if he starts to get, he'll say, babe, I'm starting to feel emotional and the logic has left the building. He'll say things like that, which I think to me, that's such an in tune with yourself awareness that it's a turn on when people are like that. He's so in tune with himself that he will say, the emotions are dialing up and the logic is out the window. I have to go take a walk now. I will call you later. I love you. Like he's very like, I get that way too now. Yeah, Pat G. So I feel it too from therapy. It's trained me to go, okay, I'm starting to feel very like claustrophobic and angry, and it's about to happen for me. I can feel it happening, and I felt that today. Self awareness is a very good thing. Well done realizing this wasn't a hill you wanted to die on. Thank you, Liz. That's a good way of putting it. That's exactly it. Alicia's right. Renee B is right. I should have said, like, do it again, or I should have said, I'm not paying for this. But it was exactly that. It wasn't a hill that I was wanting to die on. I was like, that's okay. Lately, things that really piss me off. Renee B, wow. You never super chat me. Thank you. And I bet you haven't been. Thank you. Hey, Karma Charms Kittens. Lately, things that like get under my skin. Here's another thing I've been doing, and I really want everyone to get this way in life. And you guys probably already are, but I think it would solve a lot of the world's issues. Just recognizing what Liz just said. Is this like, are you going to go to war over this? You know, I used to say that when Tommy and I used to fight. We don't really fight as much anymore, but when we used to, and it started to get heated, I would say to him, okay, we're about to say things we don't mean and we can't take back. So as long as we both agree to that and we're aware that shit's about to go down, that we're going to regret, right? Like I start to do that now with everything. Things that really get under my skin, I say it to myself. I'm like, do you really want to die on this hill? Is this really that big of a deal? Like zoom out, Reese. Is it that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things? When he plopped that giant fucking smacked thing of tomatoes on there, I don't love tomatoes that much at all. Whenever I go to Chipotle, I go just a little bit of pico, just a little bit. I like just a tiny amount. I like just the flavor of tomatoes. I don't want to eat tomatoes like it's chocolate chips. So when I watched him smack that, here's another weird thing about me. I don't like juices in my food. I don't like watery shit in food when it's not supposed to be watery, if that makes sense. So like this is a burrito bowl. It's not meant to have a layer of water on the bottom, and that grosses me out when you mix that with sour cream. Blah. So he didn't even drain it. You know, usually they pick up the pico and it's a big spoon with holes in it. He didn't even drain it and like let it drain. He just went psh, and it did. It like the pico water went all into my bowl. And I was like, that's one of the worst things you can do to me. It's triggering for me. Yeah, I don't like soggy food. So in the past, I definitely probably would have been like, I'm not going to eat that. So you're going to remake it. And I said it in my head. I was like, you'll pick it out when you get home. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that deep. Like it's not that serious. I'll still eat it. I will hold. And I did. I drained some of the bowl. Like I like tipped it in the sink and some of the water came out. And then I just scraped out through the cheese and the sour cream, some of the tomatoes. I could do that, Kat. I could ask for the pico on the side. But the thing is, Kat, I've been eating Chipotle for years and never had this problem. Never. I mean, I might have way back when in Kansas City once, but they remade it. They were way nicer in Kansas City. Got it. You don't like onion and tomato water. I do not. I do not like watery stuff coming out. Vicky says I have to sneeze. Hold on. That took a second. Vicky says, I think you should follow up by email or phone. It's not, guys, it is, I'm the last person, honestly, to call a place. I don't think I've ever emailed an establishment once in my life. I don't think I've ever done it. Again, it's not worth it to me. It's like, just try again. It's just not worth it for a $15 burrito bowl to be like, yeah, I'll hold and sit there for 30 minutes waiting to complain. Now, hey, Bunny Fufu, remember when Verizon fucked up my bill real hardcore when I went to Ecuador? And my bill was supposed to be like $180, and I got my bill and it was like $450, and they screwed it all up. And I called and they were like, we'll fix it. And then I called again beforehand and they were like, it's already been fixed. And then they deducted the money out. I was furious. Those kinds of things, I will die on that hill. I sat there on hold. Pat G, then he does. Then I'll be more prepared and I'll go, oh, I remember you. So those this is going to drive me insane. Look, I like donating to our charities, but they will not leave me alone. They call me all the time. The Special Olympics, St. Jude's, all these places mail me mail and call me all the time since I donated to them. And it makes me crazy. They call me every day. Well, that takes the sting out. I just started therapy yesterday. Wow. I've needed it for a long time, but never went. Now I have to do it for the kidney donor evaluation. Wow. They need to make sure donation won't have a detrimental effect on my mental health. That's an amazing thing. I can't believe that they're taking it that far in a good way. I love that they're doing that. Sorry, Sharon. That's amazing. DS Kitty, I'm glad. That's win-win right there. Now, that gives me hope in humanity, especially in America, that they care about your mental health that much that they want to check to make sure it's not going to have an effect. That gives me hope. That's amazing. I hope you love it. That's amazing, DS Kitty. And by the way, that's a giant super chat to start the month off. Thank you. That is very, very helpful. Thank you. You did not have to do that. Yeah, Heather, exactly. I have to blow my nose real quick, guys, from that sneeze. Hold on. Yeah, that's insane, Diane, and I'm really happy to hear it. She's donating one of her kidneys to someone that she knows, and I think that's amazing and selfless, and we love DS Kitty. And speaking of people needing kidneys, Rhonda McNeil and Armine's husband, Rafi, say a prayer, guys, say a prayer that they will get a kidney. They're on the list and they need it, and I always think about it all the time. So thank you again, DS Kitty. So yeah, therapy has helped me so much to kind of feel that coming. Like, okay, you know what I mean? The heat's rising. You're like, okay. Now, some people, it's not that way. I've been that way in the past. I think as you age, it gets better. But for me, I would never go back in time. I love my 40s. Oh, I thought you were talking to me, Renee B. I love my 40s. That's one of the reasons is I can kind of, that I haven't read it yet, but I've heard all kinds of good things about it. I have the book. Thanks, Anna. The Body Keeps the Score. I really need to read it. Thanks for the tip on Bloom Chic for swimsuit. My black swim dress with flittery sleeves came today. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm excited about mine. I want another one. I just don't have a reason to have another one. But Karma Charms, those swimsuits, don't you also think, weren't you a little bit blown away at the quality? Like the straps, it's not like thin. When you get like something that's shitty thin material and you're like, oh, great, this won't even last probably a season. This thing is really good quality. I was impressed. I'm glad you got one, babe. Um, you know exactly what I mean, don't you? Like now I can feel the water rising. I can feel the heat rising and I can do something about it. It's like my body is it's important, I think, too. It's one of those things. It's like listen to your body. Listen, yeah, karma. Listen to the signs. Listen to the bells and whistles going off because that's what happened today. That's why I didn't stay. That's why I got to the door and started cussing like a crazy person. Like I could feel that I was like, I got to get out of here or I'm going to explode. And I can't think of the only time I can think of that actually happened. I do have one memory of it, and I was pregnant. I was pregnant with Huxley and I was in a Baskin Robbins with Michael and I wanted a malt, not a shake. I don't like shakes because they're too thin and watery. I like malts. I like it thicker. And the kid was again like 12 and he made me a shake and I specified, I was like, do not make me a shake, dude. I really want a malt. I had like this huge belly and I flipped out. I did. And Michael apologized and I went back and apologized. And I feel bad about it to this day. But that's the only time I can think of that um I've flipped out in public. It's not my style. I have better self-control than that. Uh, oh, Cindy, you don't have to do that. I hope I didn't shame anybody earlier. God, I feel bad now. Trying to make that pick of me show up in a super chat so that you know I'm not one of the newbies. Yeah, but my cat pick is still there. Cindy Cat Lover, guys, here's the thing, Cindy, let me just say this. They're not good at it. You know what I mean? The people that do that who go, "Oh, hi, sorry. I'm new here. Sorry. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm better than you. Excuse me, coming through. Sorry, I'm better than you. Sorry. Oh, hey, Reese. Just quick question. So tell me about this like thing with you and Tommy. Like what happened there?" At this point, I'm a pretty good read on my channel and this community. Sometimes one will get by me, but Cindy Cat Lover, you're not on my radar. Okay. A lot of you are not. I kind of know. I can tell. Some people I can tell who they are even under a different name just because I can feel it, but also the way they typed the words. There are certain people, haters from my past, who come in here a lot and go, "Oh, hi. Wow, I just stumbled upon this channel." I can tell who's who most of the time. I can't tell all the time. But if you're wondering right now if I think that about you, I don't. I don't. But I can I sent Reese a Venmo to prove my identity. Are you serious? Well, you don't have to do that, MJ. That's so guys, you can lie to me. You can come in here and pretend to be somebody else. That's the beauty of no accountability on the internet. You can be taint juice and come in here and kiss ass and talk to people if you want, right? Like I'm not going to kick anybody out unless they're hateful. So I truly mean it. Everybody's welcome here. Thank you, MJ. If you just sent me a PayPal, thank you, or a Venmo, you said. Please don't feel like you have to. It's Julie, Starfish. Where are you at, girl? I don't get to I got tangled up in this week and I apologize that I did. I want to say I want to not to the people I made fun of. Don't get it mixed up. Tofu, Oberholtz, Taint Juice, you guys are all still hated and absolute pieces of flaming dog shit. That battle will never end, right? But I'm apologizing to you guys because you've had to put up with me for like the last 7 days being yeah, you're Jennifer Aniston. That's true. I know that. Being hateful, being a mean girl. You know, I got a couple of comments on my channel this week of people that were like basically like saying to me, "You're being mean and you're a hypocrite for being mean," and calling out the mean people. And you're being mean, but one of them said something like, "You're being mean, but you're pretending not to be mean." One thing is that I'm not going to do is pretend to be anything. I came out the other day and said, "Hey, Jennifer Minton, thank you, babe." I said at the end of stream the other day, just so that we're clear, so that no one's confused. Yes, I am being a mean girl right now. Yes, this was with every bit of intention for me to be on the attack and be mean to these people. So it wasn't like I was being like tofu going, I've had enough. I'm just going to stand up for myself, right? Like I can do this because I'm just defending myself because I'm just getting attacked. No, I didn't do that. No, I came out and said I am being malicious. I am being mean. This is me being mean. I'm aware that I'm being mean. I'm pretty self-aware. I knew that I was doing it. It was planned in my head. So it's not like I whoops accidentally came out and was like, I know I'm being mean. Like she's done that, right? She'll be like, I know I raised my voice, but I was allowed to because remember how she made fun of Dodge like repeatedly and yelled at him? And she goes, I know I was bullying him, but frankly, it's like, no, there is no but. You're responsible for what comes out of your dirty fucking mouth, right? Like you are responsible. We see you trying to blame it on Reese and Tommy. Hey, Holly and Nora and Dodge and Liz and Mike Rinder and all the people you've attacked out of nowhere coming out of this, we don't know where you came from. But the fact of the matter is, hey, Marty Jewel, you are responsible for what comes out of your mouth. Plain and simple. I know that people try to blame other people and go, they baited me into it. They made me do it. That's nope. And especially her because she's tofu. So she just takes on the colors, right? So this is not smoke and mirrors. I was aware of what came out of my mouth this week. I'm completely responsible for what came out of my mouth this week and my own behavior. You don't see me out here blaming my behavior on Marilyn dirt ball, right? Maryland dog shit, tofu dog shit. You don't see me out here blaming. This is my mouth and I'm being mean again and I'm done with it. I don't want to be. I'm done. I don't want to be until I feel like doing it again. I don't feel like it right now. Yeah, Karma. No, Lady O. She'll never apologize for her behavior because she doesn't think she's doing anything wrong. And she also thinks that everyone is making her be this way, right? That's your first mistake. Nobody's making anybody do or say anything. Hey, streamer. You're absolutely Alicia Johnson. All week this week, I've pretty much done hate content, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the people who've had to stick around and listen to it who don't enjoy it. Right? Only a few people are like, yeah, I like this style of content. Nobody likes this shit. It gets old real fast. I can't imagine doing this week after week after week after week. I can't imagine it. I truly can't. Doing hate content and just picking on people and picking on people's kids and just stabbing at people constantly. And the thing is like, you don't kill them. They're not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. So it's like, this is such a waste of time. If you really think about it, Maryland's not going anywhere. This is such a waste of time. We're just spinning our wheels, right? Everybody is divided at this point. We're just going to leave it at that, right? She can keep doing content on Tommy and something that he did 40 plus years ago. And she can try to save everybody in the world from that. And I hope she does. I think it's really, really hitting it. I think that his channel is just flailing over it, right? No one cares. Nobody cares. And as far as saying he's got current victims, where can I see the paperwork? Can I see where he's pled guilty to that or any allegations? It doesn't make any sense, right? You can't. She's making shit up, but she's talking about stuff that happened 4+ decades ago. You keep doing that, girl. I'm sure that it will work out for you. This is my third super chat in total. I felt bad lately because you said some people always do. Well, that's really nice. Hey, Tyler again. Well, I don't want to make anybody feel bad about that, Renee B. So I apologize for making you feel bad. I was saying I felt bad. She's clearing planet Earth, Marissa Martin. I feel bad because I don't like when Liz, Joanne, Baby Steps, Abigail, I just ask them not to super chat me as much anymore because there's baby steps. I don't want them to feel pressured like they have to do it. I also don't want to make anybody else feel pressured like they have to do it. I just start to feel guilty after a while about that. That's my own thing. It's my own thing. If people choose to super chat me, it's again, that's their choice, kind of like how I acted this week in my shitty behavior. That was my choice. So I don't want to feel guilty about super chats. This is my job and I need to make money doing it or I can't do it anymore. So it's win-win and I appreciate it. I just don't want anyone to feel pressured into it ever. Being a member, any of that. I appreciate the people who come here and just watch, people who just come here and engage and talk with me and hold my hand through stuff to work things out. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. I'm not asking you to do anything else, but I appreciate it. So Renee B, don't ever feel like you have to do it. Tyler, I mean it, man. Welcome back. You are under a lot of pressure from multiple sources. I just caught up with you. You will grow and learn from it, becoming a better person along the way. That's really helpful. Honestly, baby steps. That's incredibly, that's the most uplifting thing I think I've read all day. She's right. All of us could take note from this. We're all under a lot of pressure, right? We'll all learn and grow from it and become better along the way. Thank you. That's such great wisdom right there. Simple, but great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Don't you dare skip Alicia again. What did I skip? What did I miss? Yeah, I don't enjoy the hate content, but the psych background I have, I find interesting. When I learned that she went to Tommy's hometown, well, that's just stalker. Yeah, she's obsessed with Tommy. Hey, Cindy, she's very obsessed with him. She's very, very obsessed. I think that she has the hots for Tommy. I know, Kim. I just don't get I'm not a get the manager kind of girl. I'm really not. I don't even know what I would say. I mean, I'm just kind of over it. It's over. It's in the past. But I get it. I understand what you're saying. Hey, Lilac Lime. Sharon says, I appreciate you taking responsibility for your actions and words. Well, it's not pretty. I mean, thanks, Cindy. Oh, Alicia's the deepest of deep. Yeah. Alicia throws out when she super chats, she does not fuck around. Oh, I didn't forget Alicia. Nobody would be able to forget that. Alicia's incredibly generous. All of these ladies are incredibly generous. I'm not trying to overlook anybody. I just feel guilty about it sometimes. I don't want anybody to ever feel like they have to do it. I like Tommy, but I wouldn't go there. That's good to hear, I rule. Honestly, if you're chasing somebody's hometown around and driving around trying to find where they took their first steps, you're a fucking creeper. Thank you, Debbie Gonzalez. Yeah, guys, you have no power over my super chats. I'm zero. I'm powerless over your super chats. And thank you, baby steps. And there's this one. Remember, diamonds are formed under high pressure and high heat. All the haters are doing are bringing out your shine. Wow. Raymond, it was. That shit was crazy. Marilyn's taken it too far in many occasions. But when she drove to his hometown, I was like, oh, you really fucking fell off your rocker, girl. You fell off your Cracker Barrel rocker. You're fucking crazy. Like, she's crazy and she thinks she's doing the right thing. She thinks she's doing the Lord's work, and that's even more sad. Miss Sunrise Dawn, that's a beautiful thing to say. I don't know where you got that, but I loved it. Thank you. And thank you for super chatting. You don't have to do that anymore. Thank you. This is a guilt-free super chat. You are helping me out by taking some of this cash off my hands since I've been saving so much money on cat food. Wink. Yeah, Liz, we agreed not to tell everybody you're doing that anymore because we're in a whole new month now. Hey, Tony P. Liz, it's the month of May and you've been eating cat food since like February. Let's get you back on a human diet, okay? Or at least say that you are. Let's say that you are. I love you, Liz. Thank you for the giant super chat. Hey, Tyler, I always said I could walk away from YouTube and Scientology be better for it. That's a privilege not all of us have. Damn, son. I've always said I could walk away from YouTube and Scientology anytime and be better for it. That's a privilege not all of us have. Tyler's bringing it. You guys are all bringing it with the wisdom tonight. He's right. I mean, I could walk away from YouTube. I don't want to. I mean, I definitely don't want to, but I could. But I can't walk away from Scientology. Tyler, that was a really kind thing to say and quite the observation, my friend. Thank you for the super chat. And look at Moneybags here. Ghost Rider, stop. Uh yeah, she's very unstable. Happy May 1st. Hopefully, we're going to have smoother days ahead. At the end of the day, we're all here for you and each other. Not very often do we ever get that heavy and long into the haters, but sometimes it has to be addressed. Well, again, that is so nice. That is so. See, these are my real friends, though. You guys, the ones that you're seeing in here, you can tell these people actually know me. Most of you do. And most of you are getting to know me, and I consider all of you friends, unless you've given me a reason not to be. This is why I do this every day. I don't always feel like doing it, but I'm loyal to the people who are loyal to me. And that's what I consider you guys. You show up, so I'm going to be here. I'm going to show up because you show up. I appreciate this so much. Caitlin, have a good night, babe. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I mean that. Joanne, that is so nice. And I'm going to believe that. I'm going to choose to believe that. I do have to say, guys, I feel like I've danced on an apology, but I haven't actually made the apology. And Joanne, that was a huge super chat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dee. Feel free to be kind about it. Nobody likes to be pushed or forced or, rudely addressed. But if you feel like, and I say this sensitively, I don't accept emails anymore of people who are like, I wish you would do this content again, or you're not doing enough of this content, or you should talk to this person, or if you keep talking to this person, I'm not going to watch you anymore. Take the fuck care. I don't listen to those kind of recommendations. It's not good for my mental wellness. Mad drop, of course you do. But feel free to even say here, like, hey, Reese, I feel like you're going the wrong direction. We're kind of getting a little hateful here. I don't ever want to do that kind of content, not for extended periods of time like I did this week. Thank you, Tony P. That's so nice. Thank you, Jojo. You're cute, Jojo. Guys, I really don't enjoy it, and it makes me feel a little bit sick. And again, I woke up this morning and I was like, I did not sleep last night. I'm yawning. I feel further from God. Makes me feel godless. Makes me just feel like I don't have a lot of direction. Of course it does. And of course I'm going to recognize that eventually, because you become hollow when you just talk about the stuff that you hate and you complain and the people who are saying shit about you. Who cares? Right? Honestly, who cares? Who cares that Marilyn and her friends are saying Tommy and Reese are bad people and scam artists? Who gives a shit? We've been hearing that for years. It's not like some bomb dropping. You've been saying the same exact thing, making money on me for years. That woman grifts her ass off on me, right? If she does content on me and Tommy, she makes big money. Who cares? What I want to know is, like, what am I grateful for? And I know that may sound cheesy, but that's how I felt this morning when I just started thinking about God. And I was like, man, I haven't talked to God as much this week. I noticed it. I was like, I haven't. I really haven't. I've been daily talking to God. I've been daily. I think this sounds crazy. I don't know. This is embarrassing, but every day I thank God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, my angels, and Fred, because I don't want those last two to feel left out. I feel like people get a lot of like, give it to God. Thank you, God. Thank you, Lord. Yeah. And I think that's great. But I also believe that I have like a team of angels. I really do. I think we're assigned angels. I think that they stay with us. They watch us. And then there's no other reason about it that I see 444 all the time, or 44. I see it all the time everywhere I look. But also Fred. I know that Fred's around. I know that he helps me. He said he would. He said it before he died. He said, I'll always be around. Not saying you guys have to believe in that. I believe in that. And I've noticed this week I haven't been talking to any of them as much or being as grateful. And I thought that this morning, and I thought, man, I haven't even really been focusing on what I'm grateful for. What's 444? The number 444, Mad Drop. It just, to me, I have it tattooed on both of my arms. It's angel numbers. It means protection, of angels, protection. Yeah, Lady O. And I believe they do protect me and they watch me. Do you think that any of this hate has made any kind of a difference in anything? I mean, maybe a little bit. Yeah. Like I think they've taken shots at my channel enough that people have unsubscribed, but do you not think that was a blessing? I do. I just like it, Mad Drop. It just means something to me. I think it's a blessing that those people left, right? Like I don't want people here that don't want to be here. I am here for the people who want to be here. I'm not here to explain to the people. I'm not here to sell to people why you should be here or why you shouldn't leave. If you don't like me, you leave, right? It's as simple as that. And new people will show up. Yeah, karma. But I heard something. I think we talked about this a few weeks ago, and I just crossed my mind. Yes, Debbie, I do remember you telling me that. And I believe that. Everything, exactly, Marty Jewell. Everything, guys. Thank you, Cindy. Good or bad, everything, if you look at it, has a benefit to it. Everything works out in your favor, even if it's bad. Tommy told me a long time ago that, and this was when I was kind of on the fence about God. I was kind of exploring the idea of God. Tommy said to me, he goes, even bad things that happen in our life, God turns it into something good. Like, can you guys think of something that was like terrible at the time, but now it's like, that actually worked out, right? What did we say? If it happens, I loved this. If it happens, that's God's direction. If it doesn't happen for you, that's God's protection, right? I really believe that. I'm not trying to push God on people who don't believe in God. I'm not trying to be disrespectful here. You have your own beliefs. But I do see that now as I age. Yeah, when it's like when one door closes, another one opens. I really do believe that. All this hate I'm getting, yeah, Zoe, isn't the worst thing. There are worse things. And you know what's great about my haters? One, go take a look at them, see how credible they are. They're racist. They're literal racist Nazis. But the other thing is, it's like they say the same, it's a broken record, right? They talk about the long con. Are they still going to do that 5 years from now? They will never have any other content to work off of unless they make shit up. But even if they do that, so what? Doesn't hurt me in any way. All of my real people who support and love me are not leaving me. That's all I need in this life on YouTube. For this job, that's all I need is the people who love and support me are going to stay and love and support me. And the ones that love and support me today and decide in 2 weeks, like, actually, I do believe you're haters and I hate you, that's also okay. And you know what makes them the most mad? This. If you read anywhere about the hate about me, the fact that I still get super chats after almost 3 years drives them insane. They're like, how does she still make money? How do people still believe that she's not a fake, false person, a cult leader, a grifter, a scam artist, a liar, right? We've heard it all before. People chose sides, dudes. Let it go. You've got the same 15 people going, yeah, get her. And you've got the same thousands of people going, go, Reese, go. I win. Sorry. I know who my friends are, and I know who supports me. And like Liz Trix told me once about the Bible, like the good and the bad, the evil, Satan, like he may be doing a lot of bad here, but I loved this. She said, but it doesn't matter. She was like, because we win. I read the book. I know the end of the story. We win. That's how I feel here. It's like, I know I'm going to win. You know why? I've already won. I have my friends. I have something these haters will never have. Marilyn, those two disgusting men, all of the other ones. You know why? You know what they're jealous of? They don't have love and support. No, Marilyn said it. Poor thing. She exposed all of her weaknesses. right there on camera for the world to see. She put every weakness on the table. I don't have anybody. Nobody cares about me. We're just nobodies, right? She doesn't have support. I have support. It's in droves. The numbers don't lie, people. Look at how many people are in this chat going, yes, love wins. It always will, right? I'm sorry that you don't have any support, Marilyn. Nobody actually cares about her. And she's starting to figure that out, I think. And that's why she's getting louder and more insane, because she's acting out like a small child. What happens when a little kid throws themselves on the floor and throws a tantrum? And hey, Brian Bolin, and the parents don't give them any attention. What do? They get louder and louder, and they kick and they scream until somebody comes up, mom or dad, goes, what's going on? Right? They're screaming out for that attention. Marilyn's getting louder and louder because no one gives a shit. We're all walking past her. I have love and support, and they can't take that away from me. They can chisel it, chisel away at the numbers, kind of pick at it as much as they can, and they pick a few off. But the fact is, most of these people know me and I know them, and they're not leaving. It's real. It's relatable. We have Zoom calls. Like, you guys know me. Negative attention is definitely still attention. Yes, Zoe. Yes. And if anybody's learned that, it's me, because I have a poodle over there that when he was younger, he would tear up trash and shred it and stuff, and he'd get in trouble for it. I'd yell at him. And the dog trainer was like, yeah, because he's craving attention. You're not giving him enough attention. And he's a smart enough dog that he knows that even negative attention, if he does something wrong, he's going to get attention. It broke my heart. It made me really sad. Like, to this day, this was years ago, like when I first got Bo, to this day, like I every time I'm near Bo, I'll like grab his face, I'll pet him, I'll talk to him, I'll tell him he's a good person. Because I just think, like, everybody wants attention. Everybody deserves love, right? And I'm sorry that she's not getting it. But she's also not getting it because she chose this path. Am I wrong? Marilyn is getting exactly what she's put out. Does that make sense? You get what you put out. I have put a lot of thought and effort and friendships. Like, I have poured out so much into this channel. I want to know every single one of you. I can't answer all the emails anymore. I've got 8,000 of them, but I care about every one of you. Right? It matters. You get what you give. She is getting what she gives now. And she's flailing, going, nobody likes me. No one does like you. No one's picking you because of how awful and wretched you've been. And it shows in your content. You prefer drama to connection. Yes, she is very toxic. It's like, it's in bright red letters everywhere. We all see it. Nobody's looking at her going, that poor woman. Bullshit. She has shit on children. You get what you put out. It's quite simple. It's an easy equation. Yeah, Pat Jonas. So I do feel kind of bad for her, but at the same time, do you remember when she used to be nice and she first came out? She got what she put out. People were nice to her. We were subscribed to her channel, right? She got better feedback. Now you've turned into a completely evil, mean hater that attacks women and kids and saving the world one Tommy at a time, right? What do you think you're going to get? What do I get over here? I get a lot of love. I get a lot of support. People super chat me. People subscribe. People are members to my channel. They want to support. Everybody's very supportive over here. They care because I care. I mean, that's just the way I see it. It's not that hard to figure it out. She is choosing, Kestrel. That's I like that you highlighted that. She is choosing to spread this. She's also choosing to be friends. It's no small situation to be friends with guys that say happy birthday Adolf Hitler and attack women and kids and then be like, so that is out there for the world to see, girl. That's not small. You can't backpedal that. Most people are going to run in the opposite direction if you're friends with a known loud and proud racist. Do you want to be around that? Man, I've seen people around here who are racist, and I'm like, oh, holy shit, get me out of here. Get me away from that. Right? Cindy G, I kind of already went through that, but something did happen that was weird today. I was so embarrassed. You just keep doing you, Reese. You're an absolute gem. Jennifer Minton, that is really, really sweet of you, babe. And I'm happy to see you. And I love your hair. Thank you for your super chats, guys. I'm not a hater. Just change the names. Used to be under Lorraine. Oh, okay, Bitsy. Well, of course you're not a hater. I didn't think you were. Thank you for your super chat, babe. I mean it, guys. Thank you. It's very helpful. Do you guys remember I was going to get a new phone through T-Mobile. T-Mobile has been so rude with their customer service. I was like, forget it. And I got a text yesterday from Verizon. I have Verizon. Nicole Bell, you have had a positive stream with Tommy and Nora. It shows true growth. All three of you came together and had a healing conversation. It was wonderful. That's true. You know what, Cindy G, that's one of the good things that happened this week, guys. I have done some shit content this week, but she's right. That should never be overlooked. We acted like, well, I don't want to really put me in that equation because they were the two that were more the adults. I just brought them together, but I thought it was incredible. That conversation this week between Tommy and Nora was incredible because Tommy had every right to be upset, right? He had every right to feel the way he felt. He was not overreacting in any way. No, that is not an all-time high in super chats though, Tracy. I've had higher in super chats, but yeah, no, they're going to talk about it for sure. They're going to be pissed about all the super chats I got today. Sharon, the stream is called, I'm going to be voted off the island for this one. It was like 4 or 5 streams ago. But that was an incredible stream. And Tommy had every right to feel the way he felt. But I was so impressed that Nora didn't listen to react. She didn't listen to respond. If you watch the stream, you watch both of them really listening to each other. Like she really heard his words. She heard what he had to say. And she worked through it with him. And if you watch Tommy's face, he was angry. I do too. He was angry. Thank you, Zoe. And then you watched his face relax. He relaxed. I also know Tommy very well, but you all could see it. He relaxed. And then by the end, he was smiling. Right? Like that's how it's done. Yeah. Masterclass in adulting. And Reese, don't forget your intuition and confidence in it. I was so impressed by you all. It all started with the T-Mobile guy. I was very impressed by their behavior. And again, Heather, I was like, I think JoJo, my mods, Rocks in a Box, Stacey Toms, I think we were all on edge. I think we were like, oh shit, this could go really bad. But it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. Thank you, Sharon. It was an adult conversation. It needed to take place. The only thing that I was like, because Tommy and I were talking at first, and I was like, it felt really uncomfortable that we were talking about Nora. And I was like, we really should have her here. Like, if she can't come on, at least in the chat, I felt weird being like, we're talking about a situation with Nora that happened publicly. I mean, Nora did the stream publicly. So I didn't think it was weird to do it publicly, but it was weird to do it publicly without her there. Like she didn't have a shot at what we were talking about. And that wouldn't have been cool for her to have to come back later. Right. So it really was magical. To me, it was a God thing. It just worked out perfectly. But anyway, I got a text yesterday from Verizon and they were like, we'll pay off your old phone and you can come get a new phone on us. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I was like, I'm done with T-Mobile, man. I walked past the guy again at Costco and I went, hey, dude, anything? And he went, no. He was like, no, check back another time. And I was like, fuck this. Fuck T-Mobile. I was like, this is ridiculous. They don't want my business, clearly. When I went in to talk to the girl in the store, she literally said to me, we don't have to get new people because we're just really good. We don't have to compete. And I was like, What kind of sales tactic is that to be like, oh, we don't really give a shit about your business. If you want to sign up with us, great, but like, we don't need you at the same time. I was like, okay. Tommy does not have a poker face. You can see the anger. Oh yeah, Tommy is very he has a lot of expressions for sure. He does not have a poker face, but he has a sexy face, I'll tell you that. I like to kiss all over it. I like to get on it too. I like to get a hold of it. So yeah, fuck T-Mobile. So I got a text that said, yeah, hit the like button. That said, come get a new phone. I was like, fuck it. So I went into the Verizon store today, and the guy was nice, and I got a phone. And he said it was so crazy. I didn't realize my Verizon account is under Reese Quabell. I don't think Cindy, I don't think I have one bill under Reese Quabell. Everything is in my real name, Marisa Quabell, right? Like everything I have is in my legal name, Marisa. So I sit down with the dude, and he goes, yeah, I can help you. And we sit down, and he goes, can I see some ID? So I gave him my driver's license, and he looks at my driver's license, and he has his little iPad, and he goes, I'm so sorry. He goes, this account is under Reese Quabell. And I went, that I am Reese Quabell. I said, my name is Marisa. See that? And he was like, I was like, are you serious, dude? Really? I was like, Reese, Marisa. Like, it's not like I'm like Natalia, Clarissa. It's nope, nothing. And he's like skeptical as shit. And he's like, I was like, yeah, no, I'm someone else. I just want to come in and pay to get a new phone because that's what I had to do. And he goes, yeah, it says Reese. And I was like, yeah, I know it does. I just told you. I was like, my name is Marisa. And I said, here, I go, my Costco card is under Reese. And it wasn't. My old Costco card was under Reese. So I pull out my Costco card and I went, see? And I went, ah, shit. And I said, I don't have anything. And he goes, yeah. I was like, are you out of your fucking mind right now, dude? Like, again, I have to come in and pay to get a new phone. Why would I do that? And he goes, you don't have anything else? And I was like, can I phone a friend? Like, is there a lifeline? Can I call my mom? I was like, let me think. I was like, I could do a Zoom call with the people on my channel. I could get like 55 people to say I'm me. And I went, my channel. I was like, wait, my channel. And he goes, your channel? I said, yeah, don't tell anybody. I said, I have a channel. I said, but I don't tell people that. I tell people I work for Google. So I pulled up my channel and I went to see channel and I clicked on it and I showed it to him. And it was like the banner that said Relatable Reese. And it had like the picture of me and Gertie. And I said, no, Shelly, I haven't, but I should. Maybe I should. It's just a lot of work. But I said, this. I was like, will this do? I said, this is me. I was like, see? I was like holding it up, like images next to each other. And I was like, see her? I was like, see her? That's me. That's me. I was like, Relatable Reese. I was like, because I'm relatable. I'm a cool girl. I'm not like regular girls. I'm a cool mom. And he was like, uh-huh. I see that. I was like, dude, what's it going to take? I said, do you want to go down through a playlist? I was like, here was me live yesterday. I was like, here's me live here. I was like, I have an idea. I was like, let me go to this girl's channel called Coffee Cult and Tofu. I was like, this is Tofu Honig. She hates me. I was like, but watch, I will have her vouch for me that my name is Reese. So we went to Tofu Honig. And I was like, now watch now. I was like, we're going to come on. She's going to do a hate video on me, but she's going to call me Reese. And so I was like, click. I was like, so here she is. I was like, try to look past it. I know she's ugly, but I was like, close your eyes, just listen. And she was like, and I hate Reese, and Reese is a piece of shit, and she's ugly, and I don't support Nazis. I was like, did you hear it? She said Reese 3 times in 2 seconds. She's obsessed with me. Did you hear that? He was like, I don't know that I'm still convinced. So I was like, damn it. Reddit. I was like, Reddit. Do you go to Reddit? He was like, I have a Reddit. I have a Reddit. I was like, okay. I was like, type in unrelatable Reese. They hate me over there. I was like, they have all kinds of screenshots of me being like, I was like, but it's me. I was like, it's me, dude. Come on. I was like, go to unrelatable. Why do I have to show you who hates me, by the way? I was like, okay. I was like, go to Reddit, type in unrelatable Reese. And I was like, I have my own channel over there. I was like, I have my whole own fucking channel over there. They hate the shit out of me over there. I was like, see, go look, sir. And he was like, I'm still not convinced. I said, I got it. I got it. I got it. I was like, there's this super racist dude that lives in New York who got fired. He was a cop, but he got fired for being a racist. I was like, he puts a Reese's doll in a noose because he hates black people, but he also hates me. But he has my name on it. I was like, it has my name on it. Can I show you that? I was like, he has 3 teeth. He's just a disgusting, like perverted racist man. And he was like, all right, I'll have a look at that, please. He was like, door number 3. Do you not have security questions? He didn't have, none of that came up. Neptune's gifted 5 memberships. I love when you guys gift memberships. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think it's 3 teeth. Debbie, loving life. Where the hell have you been? I've missed you, girl. Alas, Kim is blue. Add fucking homonym to it. Thank you, Neptunes. It's so nice. I needed to go get a new phone last weekend, and Verizon now doesn't sell unlocked phones, so you can't get a SIM for other countries. Yep. This is true. I asked him that today. I said, so if I go to Ecuador at some point, I can't get it's locked, right? And he said, yes, it is. So I can't, if I go to Ecuador, I can't stream there, like on the streets. So what's the point? I don't know. Katie says, oh, I almost blocked you. I'm loving this journey to your identity. Even Elvis Presley had I Hate Elvis merch. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Guys, Jesus got hated. Oh, my God. I saw a reel in the middle of the night last night, and a girl said, the next time you feel hated, realize that even the Grand Canyon gets hate. And it showed like some website to show like hikers and travelers that went through the Grand Canyon. And she showed all these reviews, and it was like, it was just a giant hole. It sucked. It was way smaller than I thought it was going to be. It wasn't interesting. I got too heated. It was really hot. Like showed all these people bitching about the Grand Canyon. Can Tommy get you a local phone? I don't know. Hey, Original Anne. I might be able to stream on Tommy's phone. I don't know. You might want to call Verizon and have them add a note saying you go by Reese. Julie, I asked him that. I said, can we change that today? And he was like, oh, I can't do that. I was like, oh, okay. What can you do? Can you do anything? Can you get anything done? But I just want to give thanks to all the people I had to step on to get my phone today. So I'm looking at you, Taint Juice, Tofu and Taint Juice. Thank you to both of you for verifying my identity. I appreciate that so much. There should be a password. Well, I have a damn PIN number, but he didn't care about that. I was like, can I show you my birthmark? Like, I was like, what can I show you? You can't use your passport. No, Glasgow, because my passport and driver's license says Marisa Quibell. My Verizon account apparently is Reese Quibell. And Reese and Marisa are just too far apart, my friend. It's too much. Hey, God, I don't like the way you formed that canyon. Can you redo it to my liking, please? Maybe he can make a decent Chipotle bowl. Yeah. Who knew the haters were going to serve such a purpose? Honestly, Heather, I agree. Show him your fupa. That could have worked. Show him my chalupa. Absolutely. I want a Claro phone and Selena's. I wonder if I could just use Tommy's. Love you, Robin. I wonder if I could do that. Well, it's not like I'm going anytime soon anyway, so it's not anything to worry about yet, but I'll have to figure something out. Guys, what's tomorrow? What are you guys doing tomorrow? Tomorrow's Saturday. Okay, Renee B. Do you want me to do a stream tomorrow? Saturday, Fridays and Saturdays. Sundays actually pick up more. Sunday through Thursdays are great to stream. I don't know what I'm saying. It's Friday night and there's 240 people in here. It's Friday night and there's 200 people. Um, Holly, you're so cute. Okay. I don't like to, hey, Heather Rhodes, I don't want to stream if you guys are busy. I realize that you have, you guys, is Mother's Day coming up? It doesn't matter because I got my mom. Remember, I got my mom that little tea towel and I got her a card already. I'm set. We don't have lives, Shelly. Okay. Well, then I'll stream tomorrow. Will you guys hit the damn subscribe button? It's next weekend, Alicia. Okay, I'm set. I got something for my mom. What was I saying? Oh, hey, what are you doing? Seamus. Well, he's cute though, isn't he? What state am I in? Tennessee. So sorry you had such a bad experience with T-Mobile. It worked great on my trip to the UK. I have had great experience with them. I am bummed out about it. Honestly, baby steps, I really wanted to switch to them. But I'm glad they worked for you. And thank you for the super chat. My daughter is flying in tonight from, I think that's Michigan for the weekend. I will be interested. No way. That's an honor. Will you tell me when you're both in here, Debbie? I would love to say hello to her. I love Debbie Love and Life. Thank you. That's amazing. Have fun with that. That'll be a lot of fun. Okay, then I'll stream tomorrow afternoon only if one of you hits subscribe right now. You need to hit subscribe because people hate me and they're unsubscribing. It stayed the same number all day. Not one person has done it. I'm going to count to 5. Hey. Big J, Caroline and Canada's husband here, just checking in. Tim Hortons is going to shit here too. Tim Hortons is going to shit here too. What does that mean? I don't understand, but I love Caroline in Canada. I hope that her hand is healing. And good sir, you are always welcome here. And thank you for your super chat. I don't know what the last part of that super chat means, but you know what? We love you already and we hope you stick around. I know you guys are subscribed, but there's people who are watching that are not subscribed. I'm going to count to 5. Oh my God, one person subscribed. See, that's how you seek out world peace. That's how bad service. Oh, okay. Big J, you're a very kind man, and we really appreciate you, sir, and for all you do for Caroline and Canada. It was Charlie 7. Charlie 7 just subscribed. Tim Hortons is a donut shop. Never heard of it in my life. Like Chipotle. I may not go back to Chipotle. Who am I kidding? Charlie, you did it. You subscribed. Thank you, sir. Or ma'am. Charlie's a cute name for a girl, too. Okay, so I'll be back tomorrow afternoon-ish. I guess I'll see you guys there. Hey, did you guys like that stream last night with Tommy? Yes, of course, Diana H. I gave him the coins. Thank you again. That was so kind of you. Don't ever... D, I just love you and our friendship. Don't ever feel like you have to do that. That was very sweet. Wasn't last night fun? I didn't think it was great, to be honest. When we hung up from you guys, we were talking and I said it was kind of a boring show last night. There goes our hero. Watch her as she goes. You guys want to see Gertrude? You want to see Punky? Charlie's a lady. I love that name. Loved the stream with Tommy. You two are fire. I felt like it was kind of boring. But here's the reason. I was tired. And the later we do a stream, the more I am very subdued. I don't have all that energy. Love you, Sharon. Thank you. Punky, the crowd would like to take a look at you, girl. We had to order a new brush for you on Amazon today because I think she threw hers in the trash. Been using the same brush on Gertie for years, and it's suddenly missing. Where did it go? Do you have any idea? You look awfully guilty, girl. You look really... Why are you moving your mouth so much? Because you're guilty? Did you throw your brush in the trash? Did you flush it down the toilet, girl? Hey, Raspberry Beret. I know, Debbie, I'm bad at that. Well, Dee, we love you. Your family. Thank you, Dee. We are, Renee B. It's Veronica on a Friday night. Oh, really stunning little bird, too. Oh, your brother's home. Thank you, Karma. Okay, he's just going to keep barking, so I guess I'll go. I'll be on the boat in about 30 minutes, so I'll see you guys over there. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon-ish. I don't know what time, but it will be in the afternoon. I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me tonight. Thank you for accepting my apology. I really am sorry that I've done that kind of content for the last week. It sucks. I don't like it. I don't like the person I become. I get kind of ugly. It shows. That's why haters are ugly. Hey, DJ S, I'm not kidding. When you do hate content, you start to become ugly on the outside. I don't like it. Thank you for the super chats tonight. I mean it. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. Thank you for gifting memberships, Neptunes. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for being members. And thank you, mods. Always, always to our mods. I love them. So, guys, I'll be back tomorrow afternoon. I'll see you on the boat if you go over there. And if not, I'll see you here tomorrow afternoon. Love you all. Here comes Fred.